Hello and welcome back to one of my videos. Today we are going to, I'm going to show you how to add a home folder to a user's profile. So when a new user starts in a company, you may have to map this as a help desk person or a level 2 tech in Active Directory. So the user has access to a shared folder on the network. And that user is able to put in information from work and stuff like that, so it gets backed up as well on the network. So it's a nice place to put stuff for backup and to keep stuff safe from other people's prying eyes as well. So what we're going to do is that we're going to create this shared folder. So the first thing that we're going to do is open up Server Manager. And we are going to, I'm going to refresh this up here. All right. So once that's done, all right. So what we're going to do now is that we are going to add a home folder. So we're going to run through a little wizard. We're going to come up here to the task. We're going to click on Task, New Share. We're going to click SMB for Server Message Block Share, and we're going to click on the Quick. Okay. And you can see here the basic profile represents the fastest way to create a SMB share, typically used to share files with Windows-based computers. Suitable for general file sharing, advanced options can be configured later by using the Properties dialog. We're going to click on Next. And then here, we're going to click on Type a Custom Path and click Browse. And then we're going to create a new folder. We're going to call this Home. We're going to select Folder and click on Next. And there are two paths here. One is the local path on this machine, and the other one's going to be a remote path, how people are going to access it on the network or when people log into their computer. So we're going to click on Copy. This is the important path. And we are going to click Next. You got Enable Access-Based Enumeration and Allow Caching of the share. This will basically hide the folder from the user's view. But what it will do is that displays only the files and folders that the user has permissions to access. So you want to make sure these two boxes are checked. And click on Next. And click on Next. Gives you a summary. Confirm the following are correct. You create the share. You can read there. Protocol is Server Message Block, Access-Based Enumeration, and Caching. And click Create. It has been created successfully, very important, and click Close. Now we're done with this portion. So now we can minimize this and go in Active Directory users and computers. And the user we're going to work with is a person called Lee Test. We're going to right click and we go down to Properties. And we're going to go to his Profile tab. And as you can see here, that the drive mapping is in there. // DC1 is the server name. And / is the share name of that folder. And we can put in a variable. We can put in % username %. And what this is going to do, this is going to create a folder named Lee, or whatever his login name is, inside like a subfolder of the home. You'll see here in a second. So I'm going to click Apply. And you can see there, it changed it to his login name, which is going to be CAB7961. So this is actually probably the folder you will see inside of Home. So let's go in and confirm that and click OK. we're done with there. We're done mapping. We can come back out to here and go into the root of C. Click on home, and there's his folder. Okay, now he or she should be able to access that when he logs in to the computer. So what we're going to do is that I'm just going to minimize this. And then what I'm going to do, go up here, I'm going to go over to my Windows 10 client computer. And I'm going to log in to the domain controller. And we're going to see if this gets mapped automatically for us. So this would be like if a new person starts within your organization and you need to map a home drive. This is what they are talking about. When someone says, hey, I lost my home drive, I don't have access to my home drive, you may have to go into Active Directory, remove it, re-add it, so it can be picked back up again. Maybe sometimes it just loses connection. You don't know. You need to know the mapping. Once you do that, this would be a help desk ticket. So your help desk person may have to do that if they have access to do this. So as you can see, we're logging in. And give it a couple seconds to boot up. It's still booting up. Hopefully now it's mapping in the background. So if this user would log in for the first time and you would be teaching him, you would say, hey, you know, this is going to be your home folder. This is a shared folder which everybody gets inside the company that has access to. And what we're going to do, you can see it's still spinning. And all right, I think it's pretty much logged in. So what we're going to do now, click on File Explorer. Wait till this comes up. And click on this PC. And it did not map it. Very interesting. Now, do we know why it did not map? See, it's struggling, but it did not map. So this would be a help desk ticket. It's struggling to do something. If we go jump back over to here, let's check out, let's see what we got going on here. Let's right click, we'll go to properties, we'll go into the sharing tab. You can see it's shared. We'll go into security. Users, that all looks good. We'll go into the permissions. That all looks good. So we'll jump back over to the Windows 10 machine and find out what is going on here. Now, I may have logged in wrong. So what we're going to do is log back out. It did say CAB 7961. But, and I'm sorry, this is going really slow. Sign out. Try signing back in and see if this doesn't kick it. All right. I'll go to other user. I'm going to go Let's see if this works. Still says Lee test. So we'll see. Let's see if it doesn't make it work better this time. I apologize, but this is good troubleshooting right here. Things don't always work perfectly, especially when it comes to these virtual machines. So we'll see what happens here. Right now it's creating the profile. And I'm going to wait again until she boots all the way up. Let's see what happens here. And now there it is. All right. So it did map. Just didn't map the first time. Sometimes with these virtual machines, you got to do it twice to make it work. And from here, the person will have access to do create files, folders, and stuff like that. So if I right click here, and from here you can see I can create a text document and name it test. And then it should back up or replicate on the domain controller. So if I go back here to server and bring up File Explorer, and this PC, C drive, home, and you can see there to test this. So it does work. If it doesn't work the first time, just log out, log back in, and see if it syncs back up with the actual domain controller to get that share. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you learned something. But this is how the process, and sometimes it doesn't go as smoothly as you would think. So you may have to, do some troubleshooting upon this to make everything work out the way it's supposed to. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you at my next video. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye-bye now.